Welcome back to another video on the Inside Spurs. Happy Friday morning. I hope we're okay. Hope you're right. I hope the weekend is looking as good as it possibly could do, and Friday treats you well. And if you're working today, you're nearly there, I promise. In this video, we're obviously previewing the Fulham game this weekend. I'm looking forward to this game. It's definitely something that I think now, looking at how last night went, we're going to need to really go out there and do our thing. Is how I'll quickly sum it up. So I'll say, if you're watching this new, subscribe. Very much want to join us for the journey. And obviously, look, yesterday was not great. I'm just going to leave it as not great, okay? But going forward now, there's nothing we could do about that game. We have to look forward to the Fulham game, and we need to answer back again for the 100th time this season already. It's, answer back, play well, win well. Okay, obviously, I'll take a win. However it comes 3-2, 4-3, 5-4, I don't care. But win well is kind of what the big thing I want to go with this one, right? So looking at this game, obviously London Derby, so these games are always a little bit harder to predict. Last season, Spurs won 2-0, Son and Maddison scoring. That was on the 23rd of October. So I'm only talking about the corresponding fixture from last season. I won't be talking about Fulham away. I'll do that when I do a Fulham away preview, if you get what I mean. The starting 11 last year: Vic in goal, Destiny, Christian Romero, Mickey van der Ven and Porro, Højbjerg, Maddison and Sarr, with Kulusevski, Richarlison and Son as your front three. Fulham's was Bernd Leno in goal. They had Anthony Robinson at left back, Timothy Castagna at right back, Tim Ream, Calvin Bassett at centre half. The midfield was Lukic, Bobby De Cordova-Reid and Andres Pereira with João Palhinha. And then really, I guess you might say your front two, but the two main attackers were Willian and Carlos Vinicius. So looking at it, you can see why Spurs probably should have won that game. I mean, looking at the stats, Spurs had more possession, more shots on target. The only thing we didn't really win was corners, ironically. But looking at Fulham recently, the last 5 games, they lost 3-1 at home to Aston Villa on the 19th of October. There were 2 sending-offs on that game. Anderson, the centre-half, in the 64th minute, which kind of opened the game up immensely. They were 2-1 down at the time, but obviously 2-1, you never know. But then obviously going down to 10 men, they then conceded the third only 5 minutes later. And then Philogene was sent off in extra time in the 93rd minute. They then drew it away to Everton 1-0, beating Brentford 2-1, another London derby. They beat Palace 2-0 away and then lost last weekend to Wolves 4-1 at home. I forgot about that result. That was quite a bit of a rogue one, wasn't it? Right now, they're sitting 9th in the table. They're actually sitting 1 point behind Spurs, having played 12, won 5, drawn 3, lost 4, 17 goals scored, 17 goals conceded. You know, that's not quite consistent there. Obviously, Spurs being ahead of them by a single point, but obviously having scored 10 more and conceded 4 less. Spurs at the moment are the 3rd best defence in the Premier League through goals conceded. They're joint 3rd with Newcastle, Manchester United and Forest. 1 goal behind Arsenal on that, who have conceded 12, and Liverpool obviously are the defensive stalwarts, having conceded only 8 in 12. Spurs top goal scorers in the Premier League, obviously with 27 at the moment. Next closest to us is obviously Liverpool with 24. So look, we score goals, that's not an issue there. Consistency is, let's be honest, is the real issue. Looking at Fulham's last time out, and if you lost 4-1 at home to Wolves, I would expect changes. But looking at a team that played, Leno was in goal, Robinson was still at left back, Bassey was still at centre half. Bassey was at centre half with Anderson and Tete at the other side. Lukic, Pereira were in the midfield with Iwobi, Smith Rowe, Reece Nelson and Raul Jimenez in the attack. So very much a quite changed team. I mean, players coming off the bench like Muniz, Tom Kearney, Adama Traore, Timothy Castagna, Harry Wilson. And it was nice to see at least Ryan Sessegnon on the bloody bench. All right, at least I want Ryan to stay fit. And speaking of fitness and situations at the moment, Fulham, the Premier League website have put out, or Premier Injuries, put out that with Harrison Reed, they reckon he's not back for another 6 weeks or so. He got injured last week. A week ago today, actually. He got injured a week ago today. He got an injury and he should be out for 5 to 6 weeks. Anderson, the centre-half, supposedly has a calf strain at the moment, and Sanderberg has a knock. But yeah, both supposedly unlikely to play according to that website of 25%. Okay. Obviously for Spurs, look, I think with Spurs right now, I think in terms of the attacking players that will play, sorry, not attacking players, the team that will play, sorry, I think Forster's in goal. I think Destiny is going to be back. I think Porro will start at right back. I think he will start at right back. Obviously, he was fantastic against Man City. Struggled a little bit last night. Will they go the Spence route? Roberto, it will be shouting down. He'll be shouting at his phone right now, or his laptop, or his tablet, however Roberto watches me. He'll be shouting at me saying, "Why don't we give Spence a go?" It's coming to a point that Spence will get a go soon, I think. Centre halves, it'll be Davies and Radu, unless miraculously one of the other ones are fit and ready to play. Romero was at the game yesterday, I know that, but the rest of that I don't know. Midfield 3, I think Basuma's going to play. And I'm keen on this one. Is he going to go the double pivot of Maddison and Kulu? Personally, for me, I wouldn't. A part of me would go Maddison and Kulu on the right with Sonny and Solanke. Let's see about Solanke's groin situation. But we'll see on that one. I just want to bring up Fulham's average possession per game. They average just over half the possession at 54.3. So Fulham are going to try and get on the ball a little bit here, which might play into our hands. So you might end up going actually the Johnson route, because if they're going to get on the ball a little bit more, they're going to attack a little bit more, they're going to leave a bit more space, and maybe the Johnson route is the way we go. But the other key thing to this is Robertson does bomb forward, and you're going to need someone to literally try. Maybe you're not going to negate his bombing forward, because he's a very good attacking fullback. The amount of Spurs fans that would love him at Spurs, but do you know what? He, regardless of who wants him at what club and where, he's a very talented player. I think Kulu on the right maybe makes a little bit more sense in terms of the defensive mindset, and then maybe play the Maddison in the midfield for the creativity. And then if you do that, then you might say it's Basuma and Sarr. I can see that being the play here. Obviously, Sonny came off early doors yesterday, which I don't think it was an injury or anything. I just think it was a management of minutes. And then obviously, let's hope Solanke's all good to go, ready for the game. Obviously, he was running around fine. Didn't look like he had caused too many issues with the groin, I guess, stretch. Pause. But I think, Solanke to play as well. Now, look, we won 2-0 last year. We're not keeping a clean sheet this time. I can put some good money on that. I think Spurs will concede. We will score. That's what Spurs do best, is score goals. There's no issues in that. So we won 2-0 last year. Fulham, coming off the back of a really bad result with Wolves losing 4-1, obviously. I still can't go over that. 4-1. I completely forgot they lost 4-1, after this, they've got Brighton in the week and then Arsenal at the weekend. So that's what their week looks like. They obviously beat Palace 2-0 and looked pretty good whilst doing it. I'm an R in on this goal line. Obviously, get your predictions down below for what you think the scoreline will be. But, they came into this game, the last game, they came into that Wolves game off the back of 2 wins. I think they're coming in. I think they're going to be leaving this game on the back of 2 losses. I think Spurs will win this game, but I don't think it's going to be comfortable. I think 2-1. Yeah, I think 2-1. I think Sonny will score. Kulu or Solanke. I'll go Solanke because I want to try. It'd be nice for him to get on the score sheet. He works so hard and is deserving of just some goals sometimes. But yeah, I'll go Sonny and Solanke. And for them, Andres Pereira, maybe a free kick or something like that. Something like a set piece where it's not a corner, but maybe the bounce comes a certain way. But I think maybe Pereira. I think that's what I'll go with. 2-1. Let me know your score predictions down below. Let me know your thoughts and feelings ahead of this game. And obviously, I look forward to speaking to you all a bit more about Spurs. Enjoy the thumbs up and take care, everyone. Peace.